Ron, are we good? All right, let's call this meeting to order. Today, Wednesday, April 15th, is a meeting of the scheduled Lawrence County Prison Board.
DA Lamacusa.
Here.
Sheriff Marklinski.
Here.
Controller Pressline.
Here.
Commissioner Sinata.
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy.
Here.
Commissioner Vogler.
Here.
I note that there is a quorum present. So let's move to the first item of business. It is the approval of the minutes from the March 18, 2026 minutes. Everyone has been provided a copy. Has everyone had an opportunity to review those minutes? And are there any questions related to those minutes? Seeing no questions, I'd ask for a motion to be made to accept these minutes.
I'll make the motion.
Motion's been made and seconded by?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Sonato. Roll call, please.
DA Lamacusa.
Yes.
Sheriff Marklinski.
Yes.
Controller Pressline.
Yes.
Commissioner Sinata.
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy.
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler.
Yes.
Minutes have been approved. Next item on the agenda is a review of the population report, personnel report. Warden?
We currently have 159 inmates at the Lawrence County Jail. We've got 4 juveniles. We've got 21 females. We've got 14 from other facilities that we're holding, court purposes and separations, and we are housing 6 outside of the jail.
Warden, of the 14 that we were holding from other facilities, are we receiving any compensation for them?
No,
And of the Lawrence County residents that are serving in other facilities, are we paying any money?
that's right.
I know that there are ongoing, or at least intermittent, expenses associated with medical care for some of the inmates. Is there anyone at the present moment that is in a hospital that we are paying?
Yes, sir.
Well, we have been incurring significant expenses, and I believe the sheriff's office has been incurring significant expenses related to medical treatment of our inmates in out-of-area facilities, medical facilities.
Yes, sir.
And perhaps we can talk about that a little bit later in the new business. Does anyone have any questions related to the population report? Could I get a motion to accept the population report?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Good afternoon, Judge Cox.
Good afternoon. Sorry I'm late.
You're fine. We just started. Your Honor, we just went through the minutes. The minutes were approved and the meeting was just called. We are now in the population report. A motion has been made to accept the population report and seconded. May I get a roll call, please?
DA Lamacusa.
Yes.
Sheriff Marklinski.
Yes.
Controller Pressline.
Yes.
Commissioner Sinata.
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy.
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler.
Yes.
Judge Cox.
Yes.
Population report has been approved. The next item on the agenda is item number 4, the approval of bills. A copy of all the bills for the month has been provided. Does anyone have any questions related to those bills? Seeing no questions, is there a motion for payment?
I'll make the motion.
Motion's been made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded by the man who will actually pay the bills. Can I get a roll call, please?
DA Lamacusa.
Yes.
Sheriff Marklinski.
Yes.
Controller Pressline.
Yes.
Commissioner Sinata.
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy.
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler.
Yes.
Judge Cox.
Yes.
Motion's been made and approved for the payment of bills. The next item on the agenda, item number 5, is old business. I do have a list of the old business, and certainly if anyone remembers anything that I omitted, please feel free to. The first item of old business was there was a vote taken by the prison board to prepare a proposal that would be submitted to Judge Cox for the creation of a judicial window for magisterial district justice matters. That after our meeting, I prepared the proposal on behalf of the prison board. It has been submitted to the president judge and he is reviewing. It's safe to say, Judge?
Yes.
Yes. The next issue was the live scan machine. The prison board, I can't remember if we were we requested an administrative order from the president judge regarding the signing of an administrative order which would cover the live scan machine at the jail and set the fee. That order was prepared. It was submitted to Judge Cox for review. He signed that order and it has been disseminated to the jail, to the chiefs, to everyone that the court directed the DA's office to provide notice to. The next item was the carport vestibule. Commissioner Vogler inquired as to the viability of submitting any necessary repairs to our insurance company, as that the deductible would prove to be less than what the actual cost was. I believe it was submitted.
Yes, sir.
Give us an update on that.
We had the adjuster come in last week. He took pictures, and I heard back from the adjuster to go ahead and start the repairs over there. And that when we get those parts out of there, he wanted pictures of that to explain as to why this occurred over there with the freezing and the breaking and things like that. So we're about 4 weeks out on repair parts for the vehicle vestibule.
Thank you, Warren. And I probably should know this, and I apologize for not, but what is our deductible for something like that?
I was being told that the estimate on that was $49,800 or something like that. That we would be responsible for approximately $5,000.
Wow, so that's significant savings then. Well, thank you for the suggestion, Commissioner. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We're doing that. Can we get an update on the elevator, windows, and doors? I know that was something we discussed. I don't know if repairs actually were taken.
On the elevator, we are 9 days out from receiving parts finally. And we're going to get that going as soon as those parts start coming in on the 24th. And the windows, what day was that?
Glass was expected today. And they're gonna set up an appointment, the end of April, beginning of May to get them installed.
Great. And the money for the elevator, that's already been encumbered.
Yes, sir.
How about the windows?
It's already been covered.
Last thing was, and I know that this is on your repair list that you have for the jail. You indicated there were some doors that needed to be addressed. That we started that. I know you're working on a lot of other things, but
Yes, Mr. Chipola is currently working on the doors and the locks and keys on some of the locks themselves.
but we've not incurred any expenses related to that yet.
Now, I had some money encumbered from a previous year to pay the majority of that cost.
Also, during our last prison board meeting, we were given a statistic by Deputy Warden Spielvogel of the percentage of inmates that is receiving medication for mental health reasons within the jail. And I requested permission from the prison board to reach out to Mental Health and Disability Services to see if we could use that percentage to possibly increase money coming to the jail from mental health dollars as a subsidy. The prison board gave me the opportunity to do that. I did reach out to Director Baldwin, and he sent me back an email. And the email said that he acknowledged that they have agreed to give approximately $240,000 towards coverage of the prime care costs already. That's been factored in. I believe the exact number is $244,500 to help subsidize the prime care costs. But he also stated if there are forensic dollars in the Western region that go unspent and I'm able to access them, we can look at additional money after our fiscal year ends, something we can revisit around July or August. Appreciate keeping us updated on these needs. So I will revisit this with the prison board's permission in July or August to see if there is money out there. Regardless of whether there's available funds or not, I do believe this is a conversation that we should have with MHDS for fiscal year 2027, especially if it's, if so many people are receiving this medication. So that's the plan. Unless there's anyone who disagrees with me reapproaching them in July or August, that's what I intend to do. Any comments related to that? Okay. The last item of old business was the visits to the other counties when it comes to the recruitment of juveniles. I did have an opportunity to speak with the warden and the deputy wardens about this, and I know that they had come up with a plan to divide the state into the western third. I know that a vehicle has been provided to Deputy Warden Spielvogel. There are some things that had to be modified on the vehicle because there were police lights in that vehicle.
They've been removed.
They've been removed. And my understanding is that Deputy Warden Spielvogel is going to begin the outreach program.
Emails have been sent, follow-up phone calls are made. I have several appointments scheduled for the next 2 weeks and continuing to schedule out.
That's great.
Yes.
Does
And
any,
we also have a new juvenile coming this afternoon.
we have one coming this afternoon, which I guess segues, and I don't mean to interrupt anyone that may have questions, but it does segue directly into the revenue that has been collected and generated by the juveniles. Billed through March 31st of 2026, and I believe everyone got this report as well, there was a total of $545,400 billed. Of that amount, $445,800 has been collected. So that is the first third of the year, and we billed $545,000. If that were to continue, we would obviously hit our revenue needs, which I believe budgeted income was 1.8.
I was gonna say 1.7 with something.
1.7. So it looks like as of right now, we are a little bit ahead of the game, but there's no way to guarantee that these juveniles remain in Lawrence County. Obviously, through continuous efforts by the jail and recruitment efforts, we'll be able to maintain that. The break-even number, at least based on the analysis that was performed last year, is $500,000 for the unit. So we've already, at least in terms of what has been billed, we can pay for what we're spending. Everything else is towards the revenue goal that was set by the county at 1.7. Does anyone have any questions related to the monies that have been collected, billed, or with regard to Deputy Warden Spielvogel's plan? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I sit here with a lot of egg on my face right now, and I'll tell you
And
why.
you should.
Yep. At the last month's meeting, we talked about having,
No apologies,
no,
no,
there-
please, sir, do not.
no, I have to, especially to you.
No, do not.
We had talked about having Deputy Warden Spielvogel join us at our quarterly meeting of the Northwest County Commissioners Association. That meeting was held on Monday in Jefferson County. It totally slipped my mind. And I beg forgiveness of the board, but I apologize to you. You'd make me feel better if you said, well, I was already busy on Monday.
I had an appointment that I could not cancel on Monday.
I hope that okay. I feel very bad about that. Now, curiously, this group will next meet in July here in Lawrence County. Now, you may be gone by then, I don't know. But if you're still here, by all means, we'll have you, or if there's a replacement. But I apologize profusely to everyone, but especially to you. It just totally slipped my mind.
Commissioner, I certainly don't want to speak for the entire prison board, but I would have to say that everyone here, I think, is busy with their jobs, busy with life. And the great part about this is Deputy Warden Spielvogel has already established relationships with most of the people that she would be running into.
That's true.
So I certainly appreciate you saying what you said, but I don't think the apology is certainly necessary. But I do thank you.
I'll respectfully disagree, and I'll apologize, but thank you, Mr. Chairman. And again, I'm sorry.
Any other questions or issues related to the, I guess, the recruitment efforts? Yes.
If I may also include the female contracts as well, I will be taking the lead in is, of course, for the juvenile contracts, but also bringing up the contract with the females as well.
Which has always been an additional source of revenue. And I know that it's not in the same amounts,
Correct.
but any and everything helps when we're talking about balancing our budget and money's coming into the county. So thank you for that. Sure. Any other questions? Okay, well, is there any other old business? Seeing none, I would move to new business. Warden, any updates?
So I think we pretty much covered everything that we've got going on over there right now. We do have the state inspection coming up in the middle of August, and we're preparing for that. As far as housekeeping, painting, whatever we can to make sure that we pass this inspection.
I did receive a phone call from Chief Frank Genetti. And Sheriff, what is Frank? Is he the president of the Chiefs Association?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he still was the president. But he did request for the warden to attend one of the upcoming Chiefs meetings. And he said, just have the warden reach out, and we'll give a date, and you'll get an opportunity to sit with the other chiefs of police. And if there's any questions or concerns, they can be addressed with the chiefs. Is anyone opposed to sort of permitting the warden to meet with the chiefs? Okay, so I don't know if you have Frank's number. If you guys, just reach out to Frank and then you guys can set a time. Absent anyone else raising issues of new business, I would move to visitor comments. I see we have one visitor. Officer Buswell, Lieutenant Buswell, excuse me.
Thank you.
Any comments, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. Is there a need for executive session? I see or hear no motions made for executive session. If there are no other matters, I would request a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made,
Second.
motion's been seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop it.
I feel bad.
Move on.
Oh, now we-
I have to-